Okay, guys, today we'll continue in reflections, the lesson of yesterday. Now, yesterday, guys, we talked about reflections. We said reflections is an image of the point of the ordered pair. For example, if we have this coordinated plane, and we know that this is x-axis, this is y-axis. Now, if we have the point here and it is A, we can find two images for the A across, or an image across y-axis, we call it reflection across y-axis, or reflection across x-axis, okay? And we call it A prime. Now, how we find the two reflections? We have two formulas. Yesterday, we talked about them. So I'll write the formulas to remind you about them. First, reflection of, or across x-axis. The formula of the reflection across x-axis is, if we have a point A, x and y, okay, if we have a point A, x and y, then the reflection across x-axis, we will call it A prime. And look here, across x-axis, the x stay x, but we change the sign of the y. If y positive, it will be negative. If y negative, it will be positive, okay? This is the formula for reflection across x-axis. Now, the second formula, reflection across y-axis, it is A, xy. If we do reflection across y-axis, then A prime will be, this is the formula, guys. Yesterday, I asked you to write them, two formulas. Now, x, we change the sign of x. If x positive, it will be negative. If x negative, it will be positive. And the y stays y. Y stays y, okay? So these are the two formulas. Reflection across x-axis, x stay, change the sign of y. Reflection across y-axis, y stay, change the sign of x. These are the two formulas. And today what we will do, we'll do the exercises and examples of the lesson together. So we'll start with example one. Before example one, let's take two quick examples about these two formulas. For example, if I have this point, A, 3 and 4, and I want the reflection across x-axis. How I will do it? I will follow the formula. X stay the same, change the sign of y. So 3 stay the same, A prime will be 3 stay the same, and change the sign of the 4. The 4 is positive, then it will be negative. This is the image. If I have this point, T, for example, and T, it's -2 and -5. How I find the reflection across y-axis? I will follow the formula of the y-axis. We change the sign of x and y stay the same. We change the sign of x and y stay the same. So here, the sign of x is negative, it will be positive, T prime. -2, it will be +2. And the y stay the same, -5 is still -5. This is how we do reflections using the formulas here. Now let's go to our lesson and do example one. And the example one, page 238. Let's do the examples together. We don't need this or this. Yeah. Example one, guys. Who can read? Who can talk with me here? Ammar. Read, Ammar.
Yes, Mister.
One, page 238, guys. Again, guys, we are on page 238. We are in example one. Go, Ammar.
Write the ordered pair that is a reflection of A, -3 and 1/2 and 2 across the x-axis.
Across the x-axis. Thank you, Ammar. Now here, guys, they gave us the original point and they want the reflection. The question wants us to find the reflection of this point across which axis, Ammar?
X-axis.
X-axis. Now here on the arrow, guys, I will write x-axis. Why? Just to tell the type of the reflection, to tell the type of the reflection. Now, what's the formula of the x-axis, guys? X stay the same and we change the sign of y. X stay the same and we change the sign of y. What's x here? -3.5. It will stay the same. What's y? It is 2. I will change the sign of the 2. So can you tell me what's the reflection here, ya Ammar?
Yes. The -3 and 1/2 same.
This same because the formula said that, right? So this stay the same. -3 and 1/2. And the y becomes negative. So the 2 becomes what here?
-2.
-2. So this is the reflection, A prime. Now, if you go to the, this is the solution, we are done. If you go to the book, guys, to the example, look here. Look here, guys, we have solutions. Go with so, ya Ammar. Read so.
So the coordinates of the reflection of A, -3.5 and 2 across the x-axis are -3.5 and -2.
Look, -3.5 and -2. So we get the solution directly using the formulas quickly. Now, under the example, below the example, we have check. We have check, page 238. We have check, page 238. Thank you, Ammar.
Welcome.
Sarhan, Sulaiman.
Yes, Mr. Yes, Mr.
Read it, Sulaiman. We are on the check under this example.
Write the ordered pair that is a reflection of Q 1/1 and 1/2, Y 2 and 1/4 across the x-axis.
Good. Look at the board, guys. What you will write the point, which is given in the question. You make the arrow not equal. Don't put equal. No, this is wrong. They are not equal. We put arrow between them, okay? Over the arrow here, what we will write? The type of the reflection. Which axis, ya Sarhan, they want?
X-axis.
X-axis. So here you will write X-axis, like this in a small handwriting. Now, can you tell me what's the answer, ya Hamza?
Hamza or Suleiman?
What's your name?
Suleiman and Sarhan.
Yalla, Sulaiman. Can you tell me
Q
what's
prime.
Q prime? Don't forget the
1 and
prime, guys.
1/2.
Guys,
1 and
in the
1/2.
image, in the answer, don't forget the prime. Because if you don't put the prime, then we have a Q and a Q. They are the same? No, they are not the same. So you need to make something special, sorry. Yalla.
Q prime 1 and 1/2. It will stay the same.
Good. X, look here, guys, x-axis. X stay the same and we change the sign of Y, right, Sulaiman? So 1 and
Yes.
1/2, still 1 and 1/2. Then
And 2 and 1/4 will become -2 and 1/4.
we change the sign of Y. The Y is positive, it will be negative. -2 and 1/4. Thank you, Sarhan, so much. Thank you. Copy the check, guys, please. Copy the check. Copy the check. Here is the check, okay? Under the example, under the question, you have space. Copy this. Don't forget the prime. Don't forget the prime. Right. We are done with the check now. Let's go to example 2 together, guys. Example 2. Example 2, it is on page. It is on page 239. 239, example 2. Yeah, we are done with the check. Let's go to example 2. Rayyan. Read Rayyan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kendall is building a square fence. She places fence posts at the locations indicated on the grid. What is the location of the post that reflects S -2, across the y-axis?
Look what I'm writing here. While Ryan is reading, I wrote the point, arrow, and what's the wanted axis? What's the wanted axis there, Ryan?
The y-axis.
The question said y-axis, so I wrote y-axis here. Can you tell me what's the reflection across y-axis, Ryan?
Okay. The -2 will be +2.
Good. In the formula, guys, here in the y-axis, we change the sign of x and y stay the same. The x in the original is negative. What it will be, Ryan?
Positive.
Positive. I change the sign of x. How about this 2?
It will be the same.
Stay the 2. So this is a reflection of this point across what? Across y-axis. Now go, ya Ryan, to the solution down of the example down here in the word so. Read.
So the coordinates of the reflection of S -2, 2 across the y-axis are 2, 2.
2, 2, which is our solution here, right?
Yes.
Yeah, good boy. So this is the example. Do you understand it, ya Ryan?
Yes.
Yeah. Under the example, guys, we have check. We have check question below the example. Let's do it together on the same page 239. I will choose Mr. Hamza Amr.
Yes, mister.
Yalla ya Hamza.
Rico is building a garden fence in the shape of a square. He placed a corner post of the fence at 10.2, -5.3. What is the location of the corner that reflects the corner post across the y-axis?
Across Y what?
Axis.
Y-axis. Good. So the point, guys, is 10.2, -5.3. 10.2, -5.3. They don't give it a name. I can give it any name, like, for example, T. It's okay. It's only a name. So let's reflect it across y-axis. So it will be T prime. T prime. Mr. Hamza,
Yes.
can you give me the answer?
Yes. It will be 10.2. 10.2.
Aywa.
And positive 5.3.
No, it's wrong. Wait, ya Hamza. Let's see another answer and stay with me unmuted. Stay. It is wrong. Muhsin.
Yeah, Mr.
Muhsin, can you give me the answer?
No, Mr.
Is negative
Muhsin.
10.2, yeah, Mr.
The 10.2, it will be what, ya Muhsin?
Negative.
Excellent. And the negative 5.3
Is B negative.
stay the same, right?
Yes, yes.
ممتاز محسن. Hamza, are you with me?
Yes.
You didn't change the sign of X. You changed the sign of Y, which is wrong. In the Y-axis, we change the sign of X and Y stay the same. Got it?
Yes.
Got it, ya Hamza?
Yes.
Good boy. Copy, guys. Thank you, Hamza. Thank you, Muhsin. Thank you both. Copy, guys, the answer, please. This is the check. Do not write equal, guys. Again, it's arrow and write the type of the reflection on the arrow like this. Don't forget, guys, to write the formulas. The formulas. Yesterday, I asked you to write them. So please write them and memorize them very well. Each type of the reflection, it has its own formula and they are different. So copy them and memorize them because I will ask you a lot about them in the next exam, inshallah. Now, this is the check. We finished with the check. Let's go to example 3. Example 3. Example 3 is on page 240. Page 240. Now, let's read the example, guys, slowly and understand the idea of this example. Yeah. Ubay, read.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Example 3. Okay.
Read.
The point A prime, -2 and 3 over 4 and -4 is the result of reflecting A 2 and 3 over 4 and -4 on the coordinate
Wait,
plane.
wait, Ubay. Here, guys, and please, guys, focus with me. Focus very well. Here, they gave us the point and its reflection. They gave us the point and what? Its reflection. What the question want? Continue, Ubay.
Identify the axis across which the point was reflected.
Good. They want what from us? To know what?
Y-axis.
No, to know the axis, whatever. It's x-axis or y-axis, okay?
No, it's Y. It's Y.
Let's check together. What's the original point, yeah, Ubay? The original point. And here we will write the image or the reflection. What's the original point?
2 and 3 over 4.
Aywa. Comma.
And -4.
This is A. Don't start with A prime, okay? We start from A to A prime, okay? So here it is negative what again?
Negative, no, it's 2
Aywa.
and
2
3
and
over 4.
With?
-4.
What's the reflection, A prime?
-2. A prime -2
-2 and 3 over 4, and the -4 stay -4.
It's y-axis.
What's the axis here, ya mister? It's y-axis. Why it's y-axis? Because in y-axis, x change its sign and y stay the same. X here was negative, was positive. It became negative. And the y stay the same. What's the formula? It is for y-axis. It is for y-axis. Means this idea is the opposite of the previous idea. The previous idea, the question gave you the original point, gave you the axis, and you find the reflection. But here, the question gave you the original and the reflection, and they want to know which axis, a y-axis or x-axis. Here we have y-axis. Let's go.
Yes,
thank you, Ubay.
By the way, Mr. Yes, I sent you yesterday the homework page 243. Did you?
Yeah, today, inshallah, we'll finish the homework. We'll finish the homework, and I'll send the correction of all of the page. Don't worry. Now, this is for the y-axis. Let's do the check under example 3, guys. We have check below example 3. Thank you, Ubay. Thank you, Ubay.
Mute myself.
Yep. Yeah, mute yourself, please. Muhammad Kamil, read.
Yes, mister. Check. The point M prime 2 and 1 over 3, comma, -1, comma, -1 is the result of reflecting M, -2 and 1 over 3, comma, -1 in the coordinate plane.
So, what's the original point, yeah, Muhammad?
The original point is 2 and 1 over 3.
Do they give it a name? They gave it a name?
Yes. M.
What's M?
M 2 and 1 over 3.
Comma?
comma, negative 1.
احكي يا ابني.
Negative 1.
What's M prime? M prime.
Mister, I think the question gave it the opposite. The first
يا
one is
مستر
M
طيب انا
prime.
بدي ام، اعطيتني يا مستر، اعطيتني الام انت. This is
okay,
M.
okay.
This is M.
No, this is
لا
M
إله
prime.
إلا الله. يا مستر talk with me. الله يسعدك لا تضيع
This is
وقتي.
M prime.
This
sorry.
is M.
No, M
This is
prime.
M prime.
Yes.
What's M يا مستر؟ What's M؟ الله يسعدك ركز.
Negative 2 and 1 over 3.
And
Negative 1.
Mister,
Negative 1.
talk quickly. Negative 1. Yeah. What's M prime?
2 and 1 over 3.
أيوة. And
Negative 1. Negative 1.
can you tell me which axis? What's happening here?
XY axis.
It's Y axis. Why it's Y axis?
Because it's Y axis because the first number changed to be
Because X coordinate, not the first number, mister. They call it X coordinate. Because X coordinate changed the sign of it, right? But the Y
Yes.
coordinate stays the same, right?
Yes.
So what's this formula? It's for which reflection?
Y axis.
Do you understand it?
Yes, mister, it's easy. أنا بس ملخبط.
Why it's easy, mister?
It's easy. I understood the idea. and-
Why it's easy? Why you find it easy? Why?
Yeah,
أيوة.
because of the formula you gave us, and
لا يا
you're a
مستر،
smart teacher.
لا يا
And
حبيبي
you're a
لا.
smart teacher.
اها شوف
And
بلشت
you're a
تفهم
smart
علي.
teacher.
ايوه.
And you're a smart teacher.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, I'm joking. You find it easy, guys, all of you, because you are my smartest students. Let's go more, guys. Let's do more about it. We finished with the check, right? This is the check. Let's go to yesterday's homework, page 243. Page 243. Yesterday, I asked you to do question 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, if you didn't do it yesterday, do it now with me, please. Yeah, the first one. طبعا you will write under the point, guys. Each solution on the board, you will write it here under the point, or after the point, you put the arrow, okay? What's the question 1 point? Who can help me? طبعا the question wants across x-axis. If you read the question, they want across x-axis, okay? So let's take Mr. Me. Okay, يلا يا تميم.
Yes, mister.
تميم. Question 1. What we have in 1? بسرعة.
We have
Quickly.
a bracket and negative 2 and 3 over 4.
Negative 2 and 3.
3 over 4.
Comma.
Comma and 1 only.
1 here.
Yeah.
يلا. What's the reflection across x-axis يا مستر؟ بسرعة.
Yes. The negative and 2 3 over 4 it stay only the 1 it will be negative 1.
Excellent. Negative 2 and 3 over 4 stay the same, and we change the sign of 1. It will be negative 1. Solve this, guys. Question 1, page 243, the homework of yesterday, or check your answer. Question 2. Question 2. Abdullah Al-Utaibi.
Yes, mister.
يلا يا عبد الله بسرعة. Question 2. What we have?
Over 4, 1 over 4,
أيوة.
1 minus 1 over 2.
Good. Across x-axis. What's the reflection, yeah?
Keep the we keep the 1 and 1 over 4 like this, and the minus 1 over 2 will make plus 1/2.
Good. So 1 and 1/4 stay the same. And we change the minus of the half. It will be,
We'll put minus, and minus will be plus 1/4 or 2.
yes, thank you so much. Thank you. طيب, let's take more. Ahmed Najad. Question 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
C -4.
Wait, guys. Oh, I forgot to put the names. I'm sorry, guys. This is A. Here it will be what? Right, A prime. The second point, it is B. Here it will be what, guys? B prime. The third point, it is C. Yalla ya mister.
C -4 and
Right.
-2.5.
-4 and -2.5. What it will be across x-axis, mister? It will be C prime. What are the coordinates of C prime? Can you tell me?
-4 and 2.5.
Stay the same. Good. And
2.5 changed.
2.5, change it to positive 2.5. Thank you. Question 4, guys. The last one. Question 4. Shukri.
Yes, mister.
Yeah,
Question
question 4. Shukri بسرعة.
It's D and 3/4.
D 3/4 and
And 3.
3. Like this?
First we will put D prime.
Yalla, x-axis. D prime.
Yeah. We will stay 3/4.
Okay.
We will change 3 to make it -3.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
This is questions 1, 2, 3, 4, guys. Page 243. They are done for now. Now, what you will do today, guys, you will finish the page. You will finish questions 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Send it to Sarah and get the corrections at night. These are questions from 1 to 4. We are done with this lesson, guys. اللي هو reflections. Thank you so much and have a nice day. Goodbye, guys. Stop, Tamim. You can stop.